Hey guys, it's Des. What's up, New Zealand? Are you ready to rock? We're playing the whole album and oh wait, no, this is another Magic the Gathering video. Well, there's Judith the Scourge Diva, she rocks too. Although 35 cents don't rock that hard. Next up, Alesha, who smiles at death but frowns when she finds out that wizards turned her into another token. I don't even remember what minority. They just probably roll dice, they don't care. It's all just to pat themselves on the back. They don't actually care. And you know what? For 29 cents, I don't care either. Next up, Obnixless Unshackled. He is a whopping $3. That's the new price. Pre-order price currently. So I mean, better than 29 cents, but still not great. I've always liked that whenever they search their library, they lose 10 life because I've actually had people like accidentally forget this was what that did. Next up, Assassin's Trophy. Good card. I'm glad to see it reprinted, actually. This is a Guilds of Ravnica card, but that version of it is $14. Remember, this says destroy target permanent and opponent controls at instant speed, of course. Its controller may search your library for your basic land, put it on the battlefield, and shuffle the library. Any permanent, including a land. It was actually kind of overdue that they printed something like this. By the way, the Secret Lair version, $33. Oh, if you bought that when you made out like a bandit, I think. I don't remember what it cost. But by the way, this is the new artwork, and what is there to even say about that? This is like a new meme template image waiting to happen. It's like my face when the two richest, most stuck-up girls in school start a catfight. When the touchy kid has enough and starts talking back to the teacher. Ooh. When you eat the meatballs, but one of them was way too hot because it was on the edge of the plate in the microwave. This is going to be the whole video if I don't move on. We got Mael's Aria. Who's Mael? What's an Aria? The world may never know, but it is an Alara Reborn card, so nice to see that reprinted. And it's only $8, which is weird because the original is 13. That seems like a steep drop. So, okay, while they did make good choices for card selection here in this set, they really pushed 2 and 3 color, which, okay. I mean, ooh, Alara was mentioned. But, like, 3 color is currently running standard for, like, the 5th time since I started playing. I mean, in other formats, I'm sure it's fine. It's such a higher power level, whatever. Your deck's going to be Swiss Army anyway, but let me just read this card. At the beginning of your upkeep, put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control if you control a creature with power 5 or greater. That's already nutty. I can't believe something that powerful was in Alara. Or Alara Reborn. Then you gain 10 life if you control a creature with power 10 or greater. Then you win the game if you control a creature with power 20 or greater. You probably would have won anyway, but you guys know my stance on alternate win cons. Next up, we got some wild Secret Lair looking artwork from our Chest of the Black Rose. It's a $3 card, originally in Commander 2017, so it's kind of nice to see again, I guess. Oh, it was also in Conspiracy 1. I should probably mention that too, that's why it has Dethrone. Then we got Hellkite Overlord. That's 3 color and then some, I guess, literally. And this absolute gem is from Shards of Alara. It was about $4 now. They're asking 2 for this one. I bet it's going to hit 1. Next up, Kolagon's Command. Really cool new artwork there. So this was one of the more expensive ones. It's actually, to this day, still $10. This reprint, not this artwork though, they're asking $6. This artwork, they're asking 15. I think that's pretty reasonable. Next up, Ulasht the Hate Seed, which is the name of my new metal band. 35 cents, not too special, but it's from Guild Pact, and then it was in the Kamigawa Neon Dynasty Commander deck, one of them, or whatever. Weird. It was also in the Ravnica Allegiance Guild kits. This is in really weird places, especially for not being very valuable or sought after. But next up, we got Uriel the Mist Stalker. This is an Alara Reborn card. It's worth $16. This reprint is 11. And he's not a Yeti, he's a Yeeti. There's a reference for everybody who's been watching my channel for a million years. So it's a 5 cost, 3 color, 5/5 with hexproof, nice, and it gets +2/+2 for each Orda attached to it. Just plain and simple. It might be a little too plain and simple, but in the right deck, I mean, we do have white-green here, hello, and some of the better Eternal format enchantments are red, by far. There are some insane ones. I could see this be in the front of a really gimmicky kind of dumb commander deck. Next up, Emiel the Blessed. This is actually, they're asking 8 for this. Used to be $11. It's from Jumpstart, and that is it. Yeah, it's a power card, but I think it was limited by supplies, so that once again, this might crash quite a bit. Next up, Privileged Position. Now, this is a fun card. Other permanents you control of hexproof. Oh, and by fun, I meant awful. I mean, yeah, it costs 5, and that's all it does, but still. This is actually from the first Ravnica, in case you don't recognize the obvious Selesnya old school artwork. But yeah, $15 card, because you know people playing that. Next up, Leonin Arbiter. You gotta watch out for them Leonins, they can get overpowered, but for $2 I don't think this one is. Players can't search libraries though, and any player may pay 2, and that player may ignore that effect until the end of turn. That is just too funny. I love it. Commander 2017 and Scars of Mirrodin, let's go. Next up, Twin Flame. It's from Journey into Nyx, and it's about a $4.50 card. This reprint, they're asking $3. And it's Strive, which they really ought to bring back. I mean, Strive, multi-kicker, overload. It's kind of all the same to me. Pay more, get more. I like that. That and creatures that can block more than one creature, even conditionally. Both of those are really missing from Standard right now, and actually lately, too. Like, past 2 rotations, I don't think we've had, well, more than a little bit of that. Next up, Joda Archmage Eternal. He was kind of cool in that MMO that they made that lasted about 6 minutes. Other than that, I don't like him and I don't like the card. 35 cents, apparently neither does anybody else. It's from Dominaria. Hopefully they'll reprint him in Dominaria United, which actually people have been pronouncing that wrong. It's not United, it's un-ited, as in they solved the itis, they cured it. See, everybody on Dominaria kept, partying a little too hard. They got the 25-cent wings going, got a little rowdy, maybe put some ribs down, and then the pork starts hitting and they get that itis and they just fall asleep. And then, I mean, you're basically done for the day. Like, what are you even going to do? So they cured it and it's united. They just didn't put the hyphen in it. A little bit of lore for you there. Here's some more lore. I hate this card. You may pay 1 mana of each color rather than pay the mana cost for spells that you cast. Anyone else want to see Joda just, like, since he's, like, the master mage, it can use all 5 mana colors, just, like, steal a spark and just go on a rampage? Just be like, you know what? I could be Mr. Cool Explorer guy, but I worked in a school my whole life. That'll drive anyone nuts. Right up there with the post office and the DMV. It's almost like public service jobs suck. And so he's just like, you know what? I'm going to take over as Nicol Bolas. Like, I'm just going to, like, kick Emrakul in the face and blow up the moon, kill her, and then go on, like, a massive villain spree. I want to see it. On a related note, I think I took too much CBD again. Let's get through this before I pass out. Okay, we got Bloodforged Battle Axe. It's from Commander 2017. This version of it, this particular artwork, they're asking 25. I don't know if they'll get it. But then the regular Double Master is $10. So right now on the vendor I'm looking at, they've got it marked as out of stock, and then the, what is that, etched foil or whatever, out of stock. And then the other one, like the normal one, out of stock. And I think it's not due to volume of pre-orders. I think it's because for like rarer stuff, they're not 100% sure that they can get enough product. I heard that there's like whispers of shortages and like vendors report, or distributors, I should say, reporting really strict numbers on this. My theory is that WOTC is pulling like an Eternal Masters where they way underprint it, and then the value skyrockets and people are like, whoa, Master sets are back. Whoa, what a great value. Whoa, I need to get back into, buying Magic cards. Whoa, my friend Steve bought 2 boxes and flipped them for double, and he made like, a couple $100 profit. Woo. And then they're going to springboard that into like 2 Master sets per year, and those will just be like mediocre, barely passable, just enough to be a good EV for a little while, So I think they're going super hard on this one to value it for the future, and then they're shorting it too. I don't think it's supply chain. I don't think it's Wizards thinking that the community shrunk. Well, they should. They have the numbers. They're pretending it hasn't, but the game's dying and the community's dying, and yeah, they need to get a clue. But I will say, though, right in the middle of it, cards and collectibles are going down the toilet value-wise, along with everything else, but really accelerating higher than that. So I would not invest in this unless I was planning to flip the cards in, like, a week, and even then, you don't know who's going to buy list what, or allowed to be buy listed, or, like, be willing to buy what. I would be real careful with this. Oh, crap, I said I was going to buy some of this if my video got a certain amount of likes. I don't remember which one it is. I believe I said 250. And the highest likes on any video in the last week was 62. Oh, thank God. I'm going to go spend my money on cheese. Also, I think the Steam Summer Sale starts tomorrow. Next up, Revelark. This card is just cool. I don't care. It's 49 cents, whatever, get over it. It's been printed to death. But flying, it's a 5-cost 4/3, and when it leaves the battlefield, return up to 2 target creature cards with power 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield, and then evoke 6, where you can just do it direct from hand. Cast it as if it was a non-creature spell. It's an elemental. I kind of wish it was like an angel or whatever, but it's just a cool card. I like it. I like the art. It looked cool in foil. I don't know why I like this card. I just do. Next up, Talrand, Sky Summoner. I hate Merfolk, 35 cents. Woo, let's move on. I hate this stupid card. Oh, let's move on to Abbot of Carol Keep. Now that's a card I totally don't hate. I mean, this is old school. It's Origins. Okay, I think I played with a couple copies of this. It's a 2/1 for 2 in red with prowess, so you cast any non-creature spell. It gets +1/+1 till end of turn. They made what I call pseudo prowess. It's like double prowess, triple prowess, or like +3/+0. Once again, let me reference my Mr. Nibbles deck, the unstoppable $13 nightmare that I won like, I don't know, 8 F&Ms with or something absurd like that. But when Abbot of Carol keep enters the battlefield, exile the top card of your library. Until end of turn, you may play that card. So it's kind of like a Red Winds card, but I don't know. I remember it being moderately fair back then, but I might not be remembering that correctly. Next up, Elsha of the Infinite Flexibility. Well, another 35-cent card, unfortunately, but it's a reprint of the Commander 19 Legendary card. I doubt it was a front card. But yeah, red, white, and blue prowess. Jeskai card. Not a fan. I don't like Jeskai spell spammer. I really don't like anything Jeskai. Okay, 1,000,000% not kidding. I did not know that Jeskai Ascendancy was the next card. It makes sense. They usually have people spoil them as a whole if they have something like in common, but I hate this card. I had to play against this garbage when Khans of Tarkir was already ruining standard to make it cost $800. I was playing mono blue and kicking the crap out of people. Oh, I hated this so much. You just cast like Opt or something and you untap your entire line and give them +1/+1. This was impossible to play against. Oh, and don't forget, every time you cast a non-creature spell, draw a card. If you do, discard a card, but who cares? Next up, Monastery Mentor, another mythic. Wow, this went off the rails quick. It's another Fate Reforged card. Prowess. Oh, this isn't the lifelink one. Okay, this is the annoying one. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, create a 1/1 white monk creature token with prowess. Yeah, I mean, white prowess was interesting. People did like some mono white or splash other color decks, and they worked. I don't remember if it was this or the grant all your spells lifelink guy, but one of the two was like a $30 card or something close to that. My feeling is it was this one because this is still a $19 card and the pre-order is $15. Next up, Smothering Tithe. Come on, the real original artwork was way better. It's the guy coughing up all the coins. Anyway, this card, I told people this was good and people were like, no, it's not that good. It's too slow. This is a $43 card and it was in Ravnica Allegiance. So to all my haters and contrarian dumbasses who don't know what they're talking about, kiss my ass. This is like the 10th card I've been right on in the long run. Anyway, they want $90 for this art and they're probably gonna get it. This is one of the best cards ever printed in the history of the game. Next up, Intet the Dreamer. This is another Commander original card, although it was in Planar Chaos too, but there is an oversized version, so I know it was the front card. Either way, yeah, $2, okay, you know, whatever. And that is it for today's spoilers. It looks like we've got about 50 left. I'm not sure what could possibly be left, but every day's been a banger, so, you know, hey. Also, I'm not going to show them on camera, but they are throwing everything at this set. In the noteworthy but not necessarily valuable but still powerful common and uncommon slot, we got Mentor the Meek, Lightning Helix, Jeskai Charm, Young Pyromancer, Is It Charm, probably the rest of the charms, Mana Leak, Spell Pierce, Monastery Swift Spear, like Militia Bugler. Like, if it's a powerful, noteworthy uncommon or a really like power card in Pauper, they put it in. They are throwing everything into this. Unfortunately, this set has some downsides. We gonna talk about that later. Hit subscribe if you don't want to miss it. Otherwise, I'll see you guys next time. Wait, why do I say otherwise? No, if you do that, I'll see you next time. If you don't subscribe, I probably won't see you next time.